So we're going to be talking about the Gospel of John, chapter 2. It's basically a what's next kind of moment for Jesus. And it kind of fits as to where we're at in terms of our church year as well. The Gospel of John doesn't spend a whole lot of time on the birth of Jesus story. Okay, that's the Gospel of Luke and a couple other places. Gospel of John basically says Jesus came, and in the first chapter, it's Jesus came, and and he started to put together some disciples, and he goes in front of John the Baptist and gets baptized, which is pretty much right where we're at. So this present weekend is a baptism of Jesus, and the next weekend we move on. So what's next following the baptism of Jesus is what's happening here. And the Gospel of John starts off with Jesus' first miracle in the Gospel of John, chapter 2. And his first miracle takes place at a wedding in Cana. Jesus is there with a couple of his disciples. He's also there with mom. He's got his mom along with him. Okay? And they're at a wedding. Now, you may think of a wedding as being something that involves maybe a ceremony. It takes about an hour, and then maybe there's a reception afterwards. It takes about maybe 3, maybe more hours with food and wine and dancing and that kind of stuff. That's for today. Back in Jesus's day, people had to travel to get to a wedding a little bit more, and they spent a longer time celebrating the wedding. As a matter of fact, like 3 or 4 days. And so in this story, we're at the wedding, and what's going on here is that all of a sudden, the people who are helping to run the wedding, the stewards and that kind of stuff, find out that they've run out of wine. This is like a major social faux pas here. This is not good. We've run out of wine. I mean, it's kind of like the party's over. If the wine's gone, the party's over. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that may be, the kind of case in Jesus' day. And maybe they weren't ready to have the party over. So everybody kind of notices if the wine's gone. And Jesus' mom says to Jesus, they have no more wine. Now, Jesus doesn't give a whole lot of attitude, does not go, duh, that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody can kind of see they run out of wine, okay? But he also just kind of responds, woman, why do you involve me in this? My hour has not come. Jesus does not believe that this is his time yet. His time to be fully who he is. Yet the mother does still believe this. Mary does believe that Jesus can make a contribution. Jesus can make a difference here. And so she goes to servants and says, do whatever he tells you. Okay? So there was some large stone water jars there. This is the kind that was used for ceremonial washings. Okay? I mean, right now we have, because of COVID, we've got hand sanitizer all over the place. Well, they used to have water all over the place because, Israel and Jerusalem and those areas, they're all dusty. I mean, and, you don't have good shoes, you got sandals on them, and you don't have good roads or sidewalks. It's all dusty. And so, you wash yourselves a fair amount. You wash yourselves often. There's no wine. But Jesus calls for the water, and not even gray water, just, foot washing water. Okay? And he says, take these things and fill them up with water. And they do, because they're doing what they were told to do. And now Jesus says, now take some of the water and draw it out. Okay? And present some of this water. Maybe they took a little water out and poured it into a glass or a cup, a chalice. present this water to the master of the party. And the master of the party, the guy who's helping to throw the party and that kind of stuff, he takes it and he drinks it. It's no longer water, it's wine. And he goes to the bridegroom, okay, the man of the party, and he says, listen, here's what's going on here. Usually when you have a party, and a long party, you serve your best wine first. And then if people have a little bit more wine, a little bit more, then you can throw the cheaper stuff at them. He says, but what you did, to the bridegroom, he's saying, what you did is that you saved the best wine, the wine that Jesus provided. You saved the best wine for last. This is the first miracle that Jesus gets involved. You've ever heard me contend that Jesus likes a party? It's because of this. His first miracle is given to help keep a party, a celebration, good news happening around them. This is a great occasion. This is what's next for Jesus. And he's entered into it. He's entered into his what's next. Let's talk about what's next for you. Hope you're ready for it. Hope you're not driving the wrong way on I-95 going south. Hope you're heading in the right direction already. But what's next for you?